Okay, so I'm going to spell a word.
Okay.
And I want you to say it.
Okay.
Polish.
Polish?
Or is it polish?
It's both.
Okay. Now here's another one. Invalid.
Invalid?
Or is it invalid?
It's both.
Then you wonder why people hate the English language. It's so hard.
I don't wonder why. I know.
Like how do I want to order a Polish sandwich?
Yeah.
Polish sausage.
And then we'll laugh at people from other countries and we're like, he can't speak that language.
So, okay, gyro.
That's gyro.
It is.
It's euro. I don't know. Say what? Euro? It's got a G.
I know. I don't understand.
It's a different language. It's why.
I always call it gyro, but then I get yelled at. And they're like, no, it's a euro.
Well, gyros is more fun to say.
And then somebody had a slogan that said, see you next gyro.
Euro?
Yeah.
It's funny.
No, it's not. Hello and welcome to episode 62 of the Press Continue podcast. I'm your host, Adam.
And I'm your host, Brittany.
And today we're talking about a classic NES game.
A classic?
Yeah.
Is it?
It is. We're going old school again.
Oh, yeah.
And we're talking about Contra.
Yep.
Yep.
It's got Rambo. Dolph Lundgren. Whatever his name is. The big Swedish guy or whatever his name was. Is it Dolph?
What, from Rocky 3?
Whatever.
Or Rocky 5? I must break you. That guy?
Yeah, what was his name?
The Russian guy from Rocky
Dolph
5?
Lundgren. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what that other dude looks like.
Yeah, but they're on the same team.
Yeah, I know.
They don't just stop and box all of a sudden and then go shoot some people.
It just looks like him.
Ivan Drago. That's who it was.
Hmm.
So it's funny that you say that it looks like Rocky or Rambo because the cover art of this game, they actually stole two pictures from movie posters.
Oh, you could totally tell.
Of the Rambo cover and Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator.
Oh, really? That's supposed to be Arnold?
Yeah.
That guy?
I'm assuming he's the whiter one.
Yeah, he was all blonde, though. That's why
he's not very Italian.
He's not Italian. He's Austrian.
I know. I said he's not very Italian because Italians usually have a little darker skin. Because the other guy, this player 2, has a little darker skin.
Oh, yeah.
And player 1 is like
I don't know what you're
glow in the dark white like I am.
I don't know what you're talking about.
With blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, Contra was released in the arcades in 1987 and then came out on the NES February 2nd, 1988. And history was born.
History was born?
History.
Was it? Okay, I'll go with
History was just a baby then.
I'll go with it.
Okay. So, first we need to know the storyline of this, right? So, Brittany, go.
Well, it all starts with a movie called Rambo. In 2633, the evil Red Falcon organization have set a base on the Galuga Archipelago, which is a group of small islands near New Zealand, and a plot to conquer the world.
Stop trying to sound smart.
Two commandos, Private First Class Bill Reiser and Private Lance Bean of the Contra unit, an elite group of soldiers specializing in guerrilla warfare, are sent to the island to destroy the enemy forces and uncover the true nature of the alien entity controlling them.
Even when you beat it, you still don't know what the true nature is.
So aliens are like controlling the island?
No, you beat that game and go straight to credits.
But do you see aliens when you beat it?
There's aliens.
And you don't know what they're doing.
You still don't know what you're doing. Yeah, when you get to like levels, the last couple of levels, you're going like inside an alien that looks like an alien from the Aliens movie.
So, okay.
And they're like actually bursting out of eggs and stuff like that, like the face huggers. And then at the end, you kill an alien, a big heart. It's an alien heart, and then it just says credits.
So the Red Falcon organization is run by aliens? The evil Red Falcon organization?
Yes. Well, have you ever heard of the good Red Falcon organization?
I've never heard of any Red Falcon organization
That's
until
right, because they're red. The good ones would be blue.
Oh, like in Pokemon Go?
Here we go. Yeah, I've tried to play this game my whole life. I remember trying to play it as a kid.
Okay.
And I thought it was literally the hardest game I've ever played.
Yeah, I found that to be true.
Even harder than the Mega Man games, which are known as some of the hardest games around. But then I've played it over the last couple of years, and something's different. I'm gotten older.
You've gotten better?
I got really good at that game, actually. I used to not be able to do anything without the Contra code to get the 30 lives. And now I can get through, like, half the NES game with just the 3 lives that they give you.
So, you mentioned the Contra code.
Yeah, the Contra code. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start. Everybody knows that code.
Not everybody.
And you have to do it before the Contra logo goes across the screen when you first turn on the cartridge, otherwise it doesn't work.
So it automatically just gives you extra lives.
If you get it in there in that little bit of time that they give you to do it, you get the 30 lives. And you have to do select start because then it gives 2 players.
So you only get like 3 lives if you don't use that code?
Normally 3.
Oh yeah.
To beat that whole game.
You'll die real quick.
No, it's impossible. I don't know. I've watched speed runs and I don't know how people can do that. It's ridiculous. But something I learned about that Konami code, they've put that in a ton of other games.
From the same time?
From all over time.
All over time?
Yeah.
Time was just born.
But I
know that was history.
Yeah, now time's grown up, and Konami code is everywhere. Like, there's a whole list of things that I found about it that I never knew. Like, some examples, Gradius for the NES. If you put it in there, it activates extra power-ups. Life Force, which I used to play on NES, it'll give you 30 lives. A lot of different Gradius games. Grand Theft Auto 5, if you put it in, you get $1 million. A lot of the Contra games use it, but they switch up some of the buttons. Like for left, right, you have to hit L1, R1. For example, like on Contra Shattered Soldier for PS2, the left, right is L1, R1, R2, L3, R3, and like they just change it up a little bit. Castlevania series, one on Castlevania Bloodlines, you can unlock expert difficulty. Ninja Turtles on the NES. I didn't even know this one.
Dance DDR.
9 lives instead of 3.
What does it do in DDR?
I don't know. But I was really surprised that they've used that same code with like minor button variations for the BA to unlock different things in a bunch of different games.
Metal Gear?
Yeah.
So, what's Konami doing lately? I hear a bunch of junk about them. Like, they're not making any new games?
I think Konami fell apart.
Did they?
I think so. Or maybe that was Capcom. I always got those two
Konami
mixed up.
I heard they're not like making any new games. They're just like making gambling games and crap off of their old games.
Gambling games off their old stuff? What does that mean?
So yeah, I heard that Konami's making like pachinko games for their old games.
People? Old folks home?
They're not making anything new.
See, I know it is Plinko, because from the Price is Right, that used to be one of my favorite games to watch. I was like, woo, Plinko! Yay!
So yeah, how are you gonna put some codes in there?
I bet there's a way. So, we played mainly the arcade version of this for this time around. And the arcade version is a little different than the NES version. Some of the differences, the 2 characters are not the same model with just different color pants. As we obviously talked about, one's Arnold Schwarzenegger and one is Sylvester Stallone. And they look more like those characters. They look completely different. Some of the other things, there are some different power-ups. For example, there's like an invincibility power-up that I found on accident that one time, where I had like those things spinning around me.
Oh, yeah. I had that too.
The level layouts are a little different, a little similar, but different when you get further into the game. The levels are shorter. Of course, it's an arcade game. But the big difference is instead of the screen being vertical's this way, right?
It's horizontal.
Instead of being horizontal, it's mounted vertically. Unlike the NES one, where because it's a wider screen, you can see more of what's coming at you. This gives you less time to react to things, which made it really different for me. Made it a little bit harder, but at the same time, I think the arcade one plays easier than the NES version.
Really?
It's a lot simpler.
I died a lot on the arcade version.
Yeah.
That was really sad. I just kept getting shot.
That's a game you die a lot in. Any of the games where it's one shot, you're dead, I hate those games.
Me too. They can't let you get all, like, invisible for a second, flashy.
Right.
And then let you, continue on.
And they don't even give you a break. Like, when we got to the third level, where you have to start jumping up the waterfall, there's two guys instantly shooting at you the second the screen comes on. Like, you have no time to react to anything.
And you're dead.
Come on. But it's not an easy game. It never has been, even in the arcade. And I was like, oh great, I could play this on the arcade one. Unlimited continues on the arcade. No, they give you 3.
Yeah.
And then you gotta start over.
It's ridiculous.
It's one of the first arcade games I've seen like that you can't just continue your way to the end.
Yeah, I remember a couple times you died, or I died, and then you just kept playing, and then you died, and I was like, ah!
It wouldn't even let you back in.
I know, it was horrible.
You both had to die before both players can jump back in. But once you run out of your 3 continues, it doesn't matter. God, that game's hard.
Oh yeah? Well, I think you're a Contra.
What? Isn't that a song?
It is. It's been in my head ever since we started playing this.
Who sings it?
Vampire Weekend.
I've heard it, but I can't hear it in my head right now.
Yeah, you'll have to look into that.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, I died a lot. I died on that bridge every single time in the first level.
The first exploding
I walk
bridge.
out and die on the bridge, and then I'm like, oh, and then I end up in the water having to like swim to a little, piece of land. And there's just crap flying at you from every direction.
Yeah, you don't get a break.
The only time that I actually did well is if I would just walk forward and just spray bullets everywhere.
That's what you do in this game.
Yeah, well, that's what I had to do.
I've actually learned that that's kind of a strategy in some of the levels. Just forget about shooting anything, just jump past it. Like, especially the waterfall, just keep jumping up, don't bother shooting anything, just get to the boss.
The repetitive hallways is kind of annoying.
See, I kind of dig that.
You dig it?
Yeah, because it's got, you got your normal side-scroller action, but then it has... But the second and fourth levels are more like a 3D.
Yeah, you're kind of like walking forward.
Going through hallways.
It was nice, but that you kept doing it over and over and over and over.
The rooms were kind of repetitive.
Yeah, but yeah, the dynamic of that was kind of cool. But
yeah, I like, because that's one of the only games I've seen that keep flipping like that back and forth, and especially back then, I was like, whoa, 3D, this is so cool.
Yeah, I give you that.
Yeah, but it's like the easiest level ever.
I kept dying there. It's a lay down, and then things are coming at you. Ugh.
All you gotta do is shoot that one round target, and everything dies.
Oh.
So yeah.
You
don't have to worry about everything else. You just shoot the one round target, and the whole wall blows up, and then you go to the next room. But when I was a kid, I could never figure that out. I kept trying to run forward through the electrical fields, and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, electricity, you'll die.
But I kind of like those levels, just because it's like a break from the other the really hard levels.
Like, what kind of weapons can you get? Because I only saw 2 different ones. Is that it?
No, there's like 5 different ones.
Mm-hmm.
You got your standard pea shooter gun, then you got your rapid fire machine gun, then you have the spread gun, which is I would do everything in my power always to get the spread gun because it's shooting 3 or 4 in a spread pattern. You had it was like a missile gun where the bullets would like go in circles. Mm-hmm. It was a weird circle pattern. And then you had lasers. It's like a laser gun.
And was that any good?
I never like laser guns in any game. I don't know what it is about laser guns, but I guess I like mashing the buttons more. No, they do exist.
They do?
Have you not seen the people that take green lasers and shoot like 30 balloons in a row?
No.
And they all pop?
No.
Laser guns.
Could it kill you?
It'll burn you a little.
That's not what I asked.
Well, I'm sure if you stood there long enough, it might burn the hole through your chest.
So they can instantly shoot, and it would pop a balloon, or they gotta sit there and hold it on it until they
they turn it on, and it's like...
Oh, okay.
Balloons.
So it's hot enough to pop the balloon.
Yeah, I think it's a green laser.
Hmm.
The different color lasers always make a difference with how strong they are. Did you know that?
No, I don't know anything about lasers.
What? That's why most laser pointers are red, because that's the weakest color laser.
Oh.
I think blue lasers are blue or green are the strongest lasers where they're trying to make weapons out of them.
And you can blind a pilot or whatever they said.
Well, that's what the regular red light. That's what those Christmas lights, the LED Christmas lights that go onto your house and do the weird stuff. A lot of places were starting to ban those if you're by an airport because it was getting into the eyes of the pilots, even though the stupid plane's on autopilot.
Not for landing. I gotta do something to make a living.
Yeah, they sit there and go,
Yeah, and they gotta land the plane and take off.
They tell you where you're going and when you're there and what the temperature is.
And, if there's, rough skies ahead and whatnot, it's gotta be all crackly over intercom. You can't really understand what he's saying.
Duh. We're gonna have some rough air coming up. Duh. And they do that for real.
I know.
I can't believe it. It's like they go to school to talk like that.
They gotta think
I've
real
only
hard.
been on a plane 3 times, and every time they do it, and I'm like, oh no, what is happening? I don't know. Somehow I always get the cool stewardesses, though. They're really nice to me.
And give you crackers or something?
Yeah, give me crackers. The one didn't crash into me with the cart, so that was nice, because I was falling asleep and I fell into the aisle. I was
ran you over.
I was hanging out to the left of my seat, and they were like, Sir, can you wake up so we can get past you? I was like, oh, okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I've heard stories about people getting smashed with carts. Maybe that was in a crappy comedy movie. I don't know. Was it?
It's in movies, yeah.
Okay.
Over and over again, hitting their arm.
Yeah. Movies are reality for me sometimes.
I'm sure. I mean, I've gotten almost hit by it.
A cart?
Yeah, they'll kind of brush you with it and push your arm back into the seat. Oh, I'm tall.
Upright position. Let's give this game a rating.
Ew. I give it a 4 stolen movie posters out of 5.
Wow. So you liked it?
Yeah, I liked it. It was just hard.
It's not an easy game. Not every game can be easy.
I
Even though I say that all the time because you never get easy games.
I feel like no games are easy.
I never pick the easy ones.
They're just terrible. That's how I feel.
I would have to give it 31 lives when I only started with 3.
31 out of 3 lives? That's pretty good.
No, the less lives you have, the better.
Oh, really?
I don't know. No, this game's...
Your scale is not how...
Yeah, exactly. I like the game. Will I go out of my way to play it all the time? No. But when I do see it, it's fun. It's fun to play with 2 people.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun with 2 people than by yourself. But is it frustrating? Yes. Is it a classic? Yes.
Can you use cheat codes? Yes.
Not can you. Do you use cheat codes? I used to do the 30 lives and still not get past the 3rd level. I mean... the game's too hard.
They just have stuff shooting at you from too many places.
Just wait till we play one of the bullet hell games. Where the full screen is bullets. That's a Christian game, though. Christian. Not, religious. His name is Christian.
Christian game.
Okay. So, yeah. Contra.
Play it. Cheat it.
Tell your kids to play it. Let them relive the anguish that you had as a child. And maybe when they grow up, they'll be good at it.
By the time they get old.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause.
Alright, so everybody's talking about this whole Pokemon Go thing.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about Pokemon Go thing.
Okay. It's a game on an app. It's
Yeah.
not a thing.
Here's my thing about Pokemon Go. Okay, we don't have to explain what the game is, because the world knows what this is.
No, they don't. Not everybody.
But I thought of something today.
Yeah.
Is that this could be the only game in history that crashes constantly and the servers don't work and people still don't complain about it.
Yeah.
I have not seen one complaint anywhere on the internet about this game doesn't work, the servers suck, I'm not going to play it anymore, blah, blah, blah. I tried to turn that app on 20 times today and the stupid thing loaded once. And then worked for 10 minutes and then crashed.
See, I haven't had those problems with mine. But other people I know, I don't know if it's because of the phone that they have. They have constant problems with it keeping up. Like when you're moving, it's always
GPS tracking?
Yeah, it's like always lagging.
I've had it where if I have too many apps open in the background, or a certain app for some reason conflicts with it, and it'll just work for like a minute, and then the screen will not respond to anything. Yeah,
I've noticed that too, because one of our nephews put it on his tablet, and it just kept kicking him out, and then I like closed like 100 apps that he had open, and it came up after that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, I haven't heard anyone complain about that either.
Huh. Yeah.
Other stuff.
It's ridiculous. Just that, oh, that guy caught it before I did. Or, whatever. Or, somebody has my son run around the house with their cell phone so that they get the walking thing to hatch eggs. I only did that once.
And he wanted to hatch it.
And you hatch a Mewtwo. Jerk.
If it was a lot of kilometers, I wouldn't have had him run, but it wasn't that much, and he was able to hatch it, and he was really excited about it. So
yeah.
Yeah, if anyone has children that they can,
have them run in circles. Just tape a bunch of phones to them and have them run around the house.
Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this, and, people, you see on social media and stuff, people complaining about everyone getting into a game, but you have to be active to play this game.
Right.
We've gone out and done so much stuff and met people, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I don't see the problem with it.
Like, the social part of it is, everybody is talking about it. People, even people in the mall, because I work in the mall, so random people are walking in and we were talking about stuff, and I'm kind of lucky because the place I work, a lot of times we get rare Pokemon sitting in there, so we're always catching them. But it's brought a whole crazy social thing out there, and people are getting outside, but some of it's gone too far where the hundreds of people shut down a highway to catch something stupid. With that, they should have some kind of thing in the app that makes things not spawn in the middle of a highway.
Yeah, that's dumb.
So, hopefully they're working on fixing stuff like that to at least keep everybody safe.
Oh, I thought it was cool, too, because I took our nephews to downtown, the city where we live in, and walking around downtown, going into different stores, and I was actually doing that to get out of the heat, so I would go look around, and we went to one store where the salesperson, or the owner of the store, was so kind. She let the kids come in there and walk around, and she had a ton of Pokemons in her store. And she could have just as easily been like, get out of my store.
Right.
I don't want you in here doing this. And she didn't. She was excited when they caught things and was engaging with them. And that makes me want to go back and buy from her. So, like, if I didn't, if she was a jerk about it, I would have just been like, I ain't ever going back there. Right. But it will bring people to her store just because she had Pokemon in there.
Yeah.
So, I think all around it's pretty cool, except for the small things.
Right.
Getting too many people in front of someone's house or...
Yeah. Well, I found something out, too, is that you can turn... Like, if you have a business, you can do an application. It's actually pretty simple to do it. You can fill out an application to make your business a Pokestop.
Oh, really?
So you can drive traffic to your business by...
That's such a smart thing, too. You could sell stuff to people. Like, we were looking for drinks because it was so hot out. Like, if any of those stops on the way had a drink, we would have bought something from them. So,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, and people in the mall are totally finding ways to capitalize on this, too. Is because, like, Best Buy across from me, they had a table where they set up like a beer pong thing, but they set it up where they took a ping pong ball and made it look like a Pokeball. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, take your Pokeball and catch your Pokemon and throw it in the cup, and whatever cup you get says how much of a discount you get on accessories that day.
That's smart.
So, yeah, it's like creative ways that people are doing that, but how long do you think that this whole thing is going to last? Is it going to, like, die out in another month because people are going to get bored or running around, or...
I don't know. I think it could last for a while. It just depends. I mean, gamers are not going to want to get that much exercise for that long. They don't want their physiques to change.
Right.
It'll come to an end when...
Yeah, I mean, because there's not that much you can do in it. You can run around, catch stuff, then you can go fight over the gyms, and that's about it.
Well, you gotta level your guys and build them up.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
But I've heard that they're going to... Well, the plan is, too, that they're going to add some other things to it, which I thought they should have had in the beginning, was being able to trade Pokemon. Because, I mean, the Pokemon cards, you trade cards. Why can't you trade them in the app? And... What was the other thing there? Oh, a leaderboard. So that's going to put a whole different spin on it. Yeah,
I'm having fun with it right now.
I mean, I'm already like, I can't wait to get everybody I know on the leaderboards, and like if you can make like your own leaderboard of friends to see where all your friends are. I think that's going to be cool.
Yeah, I like it.
And Team Blue, everybody I know is Team Blue. So if you're not Team Blue, you suck.
Yeah, and it's weird because a lot of people I know are all Team Blue, and it wasn't like a coordinated thing.
No, it's like everybody just picked blue.
So if you're cool, you're blue.
And somebody told me the other day that Team Yellow is the Hufflepuff of the Pokemon universe.
So what's red? Slytherin?
Sure. I don't know.
I
heard
they're
the jerks. I heard that they're all the
so...
jerks, so they're probably all the bratty, like, tweens.
And blue is,
everybody else.
Gryffindor and Ravenclaw.
Yeah. Ravenclaw?
Yeah. That's the fourth house.
Who else in the book? Who in the book is from Ravenclaw house? They they mention it in the first book, and then they never talk about Ravenclaw again.
What's her face is with the diadem crown? You're not even gonna know what the hell I'm talking about.
Nope.
The crazy one.
That does not narrow it down. The one that was all about Wan?
No.
Well, who was she?
I don't know what.
Well, she was in Gryffindor, right?
Yeah, because she was always at their their parties. But I'm talking about the blonde that was kooky. Well, I can't think of her name at the moment.
Oh, Luna Lovejoy.
Lovegood, you got it.
Yeah, there you go. 773-202. Do. Luna Lovegood.
She's a Ravenclaw. Whoop whoop. I knew she was.
Fine. You have surpassed even my nerdiness.
Well,
okay?
the reason I
Congratulations.
She was a Ravenclaw because in the last movie she helps Harry find the Horcrux that was from her house.
The what?
The Horcrux.
The what?
The Horcrux.
Are these like the like when you've overused the whore, she has to get out with using the Horcrux?
Are you talking about
Horcrutches? Horcrutch?
No. It's not for old prostitutes. A walker? You're talking about like a walker? Anyway. Go Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. I want them to make Ghostbusters Go.
I want to make a Harry Potter one.
What are they going to do with that? We're going to go find golden snitches?
What'd you say?
Golden snitch? Stitch? What is it?
It's snitch.
Okay.
Snitch.
What are you
can
go
battle people with your...
Yeah, but what if you don't live... What if you're not around other people?
Okay, Dementors could fly down and you have to battle them and shit. There's tons of stuff you can do.
What else?
Giants.
I know you've thought about it.
There's so many creatures that you could, there's a new movie coming out. They have an opportunity to do that this December. They're not going to be able to develop it that fast, so it ain't happening.
No.
Maybe the next one, though.
Maybe it can be hunting for Dobby to give him socks.
Dobby?
Dobby Dooby Dooby.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things they could do.
I totally want format. Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters is cool.
Because I would be hunting ghosts and busting them all day.
Can you throw your trap out?
And I thought about even more, is that your house would be your Ghostbusters headquarters, and after you fill all your traps, you gotta go back home and dump them out into the ghost trap before you can go back out and go get more ghosts.
That's cool.
How cool is that?
Talk to... Who's doing Pokemon? Nintendo?
Yes.
Yeah, talk to them.
Oh, I'm gonna call them right now. Because I got an inside line, you know I do.
Alright.
And I talk fluent Japanese. Well, there you go.
There you go.
There's Contra.
We did a show.
We did do a show.
I know. We can't get this stuff together, guys.
No.
Sorry. We're jerks.
Well, we
got so much going on
trying
right
to move again. So, and life's kicking us in the butt constantly.
Yes.
Everything broke in 1 month. So, the stove, the car, the other car, what else broke?
Children.
The children. My brain.
Oh, you need surgery too.
Yeah, I'm going to be out for surgery for a week or so. It's there's just a lot happening. We're trying our best for you guys.
I was saying to a friend on social media that I was like, miserable life is like just a series of miserable things. And she's like, how about a series of unfortunate events? And it's like, yeah, that's right. It is. Life is a series of that.
Well, when do we get a fortunate event?
I don't know. I don't think it... I don't know if you get them.
I had a good day the other day, though.
That's good. Yeah. Good days are good.
I went to the Magic pre-release.
Oh, yeah.
I came in 7th place.
Out of 7?
No.
Out of 10?
Out of
Out of 6?
20-something.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I got prizes.
Oh, I don't see any.
I got more cards. That was the prizes. And it was a good time, except when I got to round 4, I had to play against some guy that was like super cocky.
Oh, God.
Yep. He kind of ruined the experience for me. Everybody was like, if you do anything, beat him.
Did you beat him?
I beat him the first game. The second game, and I'm still beating myself about it today, I did a misplay, and I attacked with everything, and I said, oh, wait a minute. I don't want to attack with this guy. And he goes, nope, you've declared it. It's done.
Oh, what a jerkbag.
Yeah. And because he knew if I switched that one thing, I killed him next turn.
What a jerk.
And he came back and killed me, and then the next game he got like the perfect draw, and he was like, hey everybody, come look at my hand! And the whole store was like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that! And the whole store was like talking about it for 20 minutes straight, as I'm just sitting there shuffling after I've died.
Why does anyone encourage him when they know he's a donk?
Well, no, eventually the guy that was... I found out that he was like sponsored by one of the other guys. Eventually the guy that sponsored him goes, don't feel bad. I've been watching you this whole tournament, and you are playing amazingly. You have a great deck, blah, 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 blah. I hope I don't fight you in the final round.
Well, that's good.
So, but, I mean, after all that, the cocky guy turns to me and he goes, I only have one thing left to say. And he puts his hands back behind his head and he goes, who's next?
Oh my god, is this like an 80s movie?
Yeah. Well, he's like probably a 50-something-year-old goofball.
You say goofball.
And
oh my god.
I'm being nice. And I was just ready to go off on him and be like, dude, you might not want to be so cocky because it's going to come back to bite you. And the final round, he lost.
Well, good.
And I felt real good about it. So there.
He probably cried.
Yeah.
Well, this is all he has,
Anyway, so there ends the show. Had to get my rant out there. So what? Find us on Patreon, PressContinuePodcast.com.
Mm-hmm. Facebook.
Patreon again.
Patreon again.
No, seriously, because if you like our show and you want us to keep going, please help support us by finding us on patreon.com/presscontinuepodcast, I think.
Don't give it to someone else.
But seriously, help us out because, as you can tell, we pause our whole life to do this, and because we enjoy it, but also we love to hear from you guys and get feedback too. So,
yep, engage.
What are you, Captain Picard?
Engage.
All right, well, tune in next time when the gaming never ends. As long as you press continue. Only 3 times.
Bye.